All right, hi again, everybody. So now we're going to tackle multiplying and dividing fractions. So multiplying and dividing, well, multiplying in particular, is the easiest thing you can do with fractions. You literally just multiply straight across. You have to remember the integer rules, though. So positive times a negative is a negative. Negative times a positive is a negative. Negative times a negative is a positive. Same signs, positive. Different signs will be negative. All right, so we're going to have 2/3 times 1/2. So we'll just literally multiply 2 times 1 and 3 times 2. What we're going to do, 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. What we have to do is simplify this. We can divide both of these by the numerator. 2 divided by 2 and 6 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is going to give me 1, and 6 divided by 2 is going to give me 3. So my final answer is going to be 1/3. It's as easy as that. That's it. So now here's my integer rules. So we have 4 times negative 1. Well, positive times a negative is going to give me a what? It's going to give me a negative. So I'm going to have a negative 4. And then 5 times 3 is going to be 15. Same deal. Positive times a negative is a negative. And then we cannot reduce this any further, because if 4 divided by 2 would give me 2, but 15 divided by 2 would not give me a whole number, it'd give me a decimal. So we cannot reduce it. That's our final answer. All right, so then we have a negative times a positive again, so our answer is going to be negative. And 4 times 3 is 12. And 5 times 8 is 40. Got jets flying around. Sorry guys, I'm in Florida right now. You got the Blue Angels flying around on the beach. They're flying up and down the beaches. Sorry for all the noise. All right, so then both of these can be divided by 2. So I'm going to go ahead and simplify this. I'm going to have 12 divided by 2 and 40 divided by 2. And my answer is going to be 6 over 20, which can actually be reduced even further. I should have used a higher number. I should have used 4 here. I didn't think about it. If I'd used 4 here, I would have had 3 over 10. So this should come out to 3 over 10. All right, that should be our final answer. That's it right there. Let's see how easy the multiplication is. It's super, super simple. All right, let's move on. You guys can go ahead and work on these on your own, see how you do. Now we're going to talk about dividing. So dividing, you're going to use keep, change, flip. So you're going to keep the first fraction, you're going to change the division sign to a multiplication sign, and you're going to flip the second fraction. So if we have 2/3 divided by 1/2, it will turn into, we'll just work on one of these. So 4 divided by 1/2. So we'll just keep the first one, which the 4 is actually 4 over 1. So we'll go ahead and write that out as 4 over 1. So we have 4 over 1 divided by 1/2. So what we're going to do here is that 401 we're going to keep it as 4 over 1. Then we're going to change the division sign to a multiplication sign. And we're going to flip the 1/2 to 2 over 1. So then we're just going to multiply as if it was a multiplication problem. So we do 4 times 2, which is 8. And then 1 times 1, which is 1. And that 8 over 1 is just the number 8. So our final answer here is 8. All right, so then we have 4/5 divided by -1/3. Going to keep the first sign, 4. Fives are really hard to do. 4/5. Turn the division sign into a multiplication sign. Then times, and then flip the second sign. The negative stays the same, but you flip it over. -3 over 1. And then 4 times a -3 is going to be a -12. And 5 times 1 is just 5. All right, so what we actually have here is an improper fraction. So we need to take the entire 5 out of 5 out of this. There's actually 2 groups of 5. So what we have here is 5 over, I love it, I say 5s are hard and then I have to write a whole bunch of 5s. We have 5 over 5 plus 5 over 5 plus 2 over 5. All right, so what we have here is 1, 2 wholes. So I'm going to write that out over here. So 2 and 2/5. And that's our final answer. That's it. We did it. So 4/5 divided by -1 1/3 equals to, oh, I didn't bring my negative over, did I? You guys see my negative here? That's got to come over, doesn't it? -2 2/5. All right, so now we got one more, -4/5, which we're going to keep. Change the sign. So we keep, we change, and then we flip. So it becomes 8 over 3. And a negative times a positive is a negative. And 8 times 4 is 32. And then 5 times 3 is 15. All right, so what we have here, we have 2 groups of 15 again. So we have to simplify this and turn it into a mixed number. So we're going to have a negative 15 over 15 twice. Why has it always got to be a 5? Plus 2 over 15. All right, so what this comes out to is a -2 and 2 15ths. Okay, that's our final answer there. So these aren't really too hard. All you got to do is turn your division into a multiplication problem. And all you do is you flip your second fraction, and it turns division into multiplication. That's it. All right, guys. We're going to work on some of these on your own. Showing you the integer rules here. It's got these on your own to try. And then we also have some attached games and problems on a couple websites for you to practice on, to practice your skills, see if you're getting the right answer, okay? If you're having any trouble, let me know. Thanks. Oh, word problem. I forgot about the word problem. That's all on me there. Okay, let's talk about the word problem, and then we can be done. All right, so on Friday night, Mr. Paredes ate pizza for dinner and had 1/2 of the pizza left over on Saturday. He ate 1/3 of what was left. So what we're doing is we're starting out with a whole. So he had a whole pizza, and he had 1/2 of that. All right, so we have, well, let's just say we'll put it into thirds just because the sake of we have that he ate 1/3 of it. All right, well, let's put it in 6. So that way we can split it in half and in thirds. So we have, let's see here. We got a text code, don't we? I always say we got a text code. I want to not do it myself. So we got 1/2 the pizza left. We have a pizza. He ate a pizza. That's because that's going to be what? 6 out of 6. Okay? And those are horrible. See if I can make that work a little better. 6 out of 6. Sure. Y'all get the point, right? So what we have here is 6 divided in half. So we have 6 divided in half. Well, this is just a subtraction problem. I want to know how much he ate. How much pizza did he eat on Sunday? So this is just a subtraction problem. I don't know why this is here. I should have put this somewhere else. So 6 minus 3/6, because 1/2 is just going to be 3/6. Minus, well, let's see, 1/3 here. So then 3 times 2 is 6. Then it'll be 2/6. And that'll tell us how much he has left on Sunday. So then 6 minus 3 is 3. Minus 2 is 1. So on Sunday, he only had 1/6 of the pizza left. So he had to have only eaten 1/6 of the pizza. Make sense to everybody? Alrighty. Now, what we're going to do, we don't need to go over all of these. All right, so what we're going to do is you guys go ahead and take care of the stuff that we have attached to this PowerPoint, and let me know if you have any trouble. Thank you. Bye.